Okay, hey everyone, welcome to SGS Sports Picks. He's Mike Brenner. I'm Peter Lushak. We are the Odds Couple. Today is Monday, April 10th. This is the live show we do every day at 10:30 Eastern time, where we do give our official MLB picks. We're not giving them in our shows and in our daily shows like we used to. And so far, it's been a good season for both of us, Mike Brenner. We're both up.
Well, we're up.
I'm 10-6, and I forgot what your record is, but your record is even slightly better than mine. And we got to keep it going.
Let's just keep it going. How was your weekend?
We'll see if we can. It was okay, not bad. I'm doing well in baseball overall. I had yesterday in baseball was just like classic. I can't remember the actual scores, but they were like I had one game that was looking like it was a winner and then lost late, and then two games that were looking like losers. And I had the over in the Yankees Baltimore game that was looking like terrible until they scored 4 in the top of the ninth.
What a miracle comeback that was!
Right, and then of course
how about the Angels?
The Angels, what a game that was. And I had the under in, I think it was the Pittsburgh game. That was looking good until they went over in the ninth. So all sorts of a classic stuff.
Have you been doing mostly totals so far? Or are you doing a little bit of each? Or
mostly totals, although I've been taking like Texas and Houston run lines and stuff like that and doing pretty well with them. Yeah, mostly totals. And doing fine. All right, Dan Kellerman, Derek, wishing us happy morning.
All right, thank you guys. Appreciate you.
DJ1 Mike, morning guys, made it for the live today. DJ1 Mike. All I need is one mic. All right, so let's see. What do we have today? I guess let's start off by giving our picks. As always, I need to decide which picks.
This weekend, how'd you do with the UFC?
Oh, I lost with Johnson inside the distance, but I won with the under, which I said was like the biggest free money to date in MMA, which was that the Johnson Cormier fight would not go the distance, which is minus 425. But I said if it lost, I would eat the 4 1/4 units of losses. That one was not going to go the distance, no way in hell. Yeah. And that one, of course, ended in the second. And then the Weidman fight, I stayed off of, which in the retrospect was probably the right way to go because of a controversial finish, controversial results, controversial everything. So yeah. And kudos to
was he favored in that Weidman?
It was. I don't know who closed. Weidman was a teeny underdog when I did the call. I don't know. I actually didn't check who closed. But it was about 50-50. And my pick that I didn't have the balls to give for the Masters wound up cashing, which was Justin Rose over who was it? Over Fowler, and Rose, of course, went down to the playoffs. And actually, in the preview show that I did with Brady Cannon, I did give that one as my official pick, which is a Rose in the matchup props. And here I only had the balls to give it as a lean, not. Yeah.
Oh wow!
Garcia.
I was glad to see that kid win a Master.
Yeah,
I mean, win a major. Right. You know, he deserved it. He's been hanging in there like a champ. 50-1.
Right. That's why I don't.
Bronx is right.
Oh,
on Thursday night.
Matty Ice going to be in the Yankee Stadium.
Nice. That's why I don't. All right. So
that'll be warmer.
All right. So let's see.
For real though, that was a great golf tournament yesterday at the end, and I didn't think Garcia would ever get one. Remember he was back when David Duval used to play golf. Remember that guy? Him and Tiger Woods, the three of them.
No.
DJ1 Mike says caught that late over in Baltimore Yanks as well. Yeah. In the end, it wasn't looking good for a while, but I think it was the right play at 8.5, which is what I got it. And all right. So let's see. Today we got a bunch of interesting stuff. Let me just.
Well, one thing, they're raising the pennant after 108 years. They're going to raise that banner tonight, and I think there's going to be a lot of momentum. You got Lester going up against Alex Wood. Both these teams starting out pretty good. Cubs 4-2 on the road, 1, 2, or 3. Versus Milwaukee, and who else did they beat? They played somebody else on the road. They opened.
Dan Kellerman, Derek saying Pineda is trash against Tampa. Pineda has been pretty hard to get a read on it anyway. I mean, it was basically more of the same for him. He gets a lot of strikeouts, has a lot of flashes of looking awesome, but one way or another,
shellac mode sometimes.
One way or another, he gives up runs. Similar to who else is the other guy there's someone else in the Major League Baseball who's exactly the same way that I can't.
Shelby Miller?
No. I can't remember.
Irving Santana despite his first 2 games this season.
There's another guy who gets like a ton of strikeouts, but gives up runs. I can't remember, but offhand. But Sal Nigro says Yankees never show up on home opening day. Interesting. So
that is. I wonder what their record is as of late for opening day.
And Cobb has been decent. Cobb has been serviceable. He's given you 6 decent innings, looking like he's back from his
looking like a decent team. I mean, I know it's early, but their bats have come alive and they're getting consistent.
Dan Kelly saying he's on the Philly tonight as a home dog. I was leaning that way as well, and I bet it a little bit. The other team I bet KC small with Kennedy going. Now Jarrell Cotton is starting for Oakland, and Cotton, of course, was good in his 5 starts last year, and was mostly good in spring training and had a good first start. So I'm not jazzed to bet against him, but Ian Kennedy, I'm hoping will be decent again today. And in fact, you know what? I'll give that one official.
Pull that trigger, Pistol.
I'll give KC on the -1 line. That's going to be one official pick for me. I'm going to take the run line, the money line part will be -107, and the run line part will be plus 178. So that's KC -1 that I will definitely take.
Hey, how about that Phillies game the other day, Matt? They scored 12 runs in the first inning, set a team record anyway. I don't know what the major. Apparently, it didn't even. That wasn't a major league record. 1 inning. The first inning,
Dan Kellerman, Derek saying Tampa at plus 125 is an easy.
They were plus 175.
I can certainly see that. It's just I'm not going to take it because I'm still just I feel like Pineda is I guess I'm still a slight. I wouldn't say buyer on Pineda, but if you take
you're wavering a little, Pete.
And D Spasmo says no thank. Well, DJ One Mike says no way on Phillies. Then 2 seconds later, D Spasmo says no thanks on Phils. Look, I'm not saying. I just think as a home dog, the Mets look a little bit overvalued to me. Philly getting a plus 130, and Eichhoff against DeGrom. Both had DeGrom had a good first start, but so did Eichhoff, and
Pistol Pete, I'm going to pull the trigger on the game. Okay. I'm going to go with the Giants. They got to get this win. They're 2-5 D-backs who are, 6-1. They're batting. They're just knocking the leather off the baseball. But they've been at home. They're on the road. I think Matt Moore's going to get the best of Taijuan Walker. Both of them got kind of beat up their first outing. But I think today the Giants at home, it's their opening day also at home. I think they're going to get it done. What's the best shop line in that money line?
Okay, on San Francisco. The best line we can give you would be minus 131.
Okay.
I was strongly leaning under on that one. I don't know if I can pull the trigger.
What's that? At 7.5?
No, it's at 8. It's at 8. I was strongly leaning under. I'm gonna have to think about it. Here we go. And Kelly, don't listen to a guy wearing a Yankees hat about the Yankees. This is representing New York. I'll tell you right now. I've had this from day one when I first started doing videos 9 years ago. I don't give a flying fuck about any team, including teams from New York, including teams from Texas, San Francisco, anywhere. I don't give a shit. If it weren't for betting, I wouldn't follow sports at all.
So that could be any hat.
I do. I'm fading the Yankees.
He's fading the Yankees, and he's wearing a Duquesne shirt, School of Law.
I'm getting back to important information here. Dan Kellerman, Derek. This guy this guy is my favorite. No Jackie Bradley, no Hanley, no Xander Bogaerts for Boston. Verlander at home, even with Sale on the mound.
I like that too.
Well, I was leaning under on that one. It's 7.5. I did bet it on the overnight, and I figured
Verlander's going to have a hell of a game.
Yeah, I figure if I'm going to take the under, I should probably take the first half under, which would be 4. Jesus Christ, I just don't want to start.
What's the line on that?
The line is actually it started off as a Boston as a very small favorite, and now it's Detroit as the small favorite.
All right, what's the best shop line? I'm going to pull the full game. I didn't know that injury up there. Yeah, with those players not playing.
Yeah, well, I mean, Boston is having the flu, and they had a bunch of those guys are out in their last game and they won. Yep. I just have to decide whether I want to pull the trigger on the under here because you know what, Mike Brenner, I'm so thankful for my positive record right now. I don't want to start hemorrhaging units by throwing plays out my ass.
Two strong pitchers, sometimes them unders can go way over. But then again, I don't know. All right, what's the best shop line for me on Detroit? Full game.
Okay, the best line we can give you is minus 110 at sportsbetting.ag.
I like that. Yeah. I think Verlander's going to bring it today.
All right.
Wants to know about the Cardinals and that.
Man,
that one I'm leaning. Look, I'm definitely a buyer.
I think it's Rourke pitching, right?
Yeah, Rourke is pitching. Wainwright, you know what Wainwright is. Yeah. He's diminished stuff, but he's a veteran, knows how to get the best out of what he's got. His stuff is diminished, so I want to take Washington here so bad because I'm just a buyer on Rourke in general. Rourke feels like a guy you want to bet on, unless and even going.
I'm just wondering about their bats right now. Washington, a little inconsistent,
Yeah, well, Washington. All right, so I have some decisions to make here. I'll tell you what my leans are. My leans are definitely Boston, Detroit under. I've already pulled the trigger on KC -1. Lean is definitely Arizona SF under. Lean is definitely Washington, and the other lean I'm having is the Houston-Seattle game. Charlie Morton. Yeah. Weird situation with Charlie Morton. Had a good spring training, had a good first start, and weirdly, at 33 years old, is starting to throw in the upper mid 90s. Increased velocity, Where the hell did that come from?
Steroids.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
He's
There's
popping
your
the
answer.
roids, buddy. He's popping the roids.
There's your answer right there. And
yeah.
if you're popping steroids, that's not a fluke. That's a real.
Yeah, Charlie's feeling. But he look like he's put some weight on. He's put some muscle on. Looks a lot different than he was in that Pirates uniform, big time.
There's your answer. There's your answer.
What's his heat map look like? Maybe he's a little bit more scattered.
Could be.
Yeah, these guys don't never throw as hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
But Paxton is a guy who I was really high on to start the year. I'm so tempted to pull the trigger on Seattle first half, Houston second half. But
Come on now, I
can't start hemorrhaging.
Then keep the record. Just keep it.
I'll keep the record.
I'm adding one. I'm adding. Actually, I got.
What does Charlie Morton get first? ED suspension or Tommy Johnson?
There you go.
I like that.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
Whoever that was, great humor. I love it. Thank
There
you.
you go.
Needed that one today.
There you go.
Wow.
Hashtag 2017 questions. Here you go.
Here we go. Hey, buddy.
2017 problems. All right, go ahead.
Cubs first half run line. I think with that banner being raised, I think that place is, well, they said the fans, it's going to be absolutely just a raucous today.
The other thing is that we know that the Dodgers struggle against lefties. They got to win against lefty the last game, but Lester is obviously a quality lefty. So
and they showed the roster for the Dodgers. They struggle against Lester. All the starters today for the Dodgers that have faced him in the past struggle against them. So with that and the momentum and the emotion going with that team, plus they had a big win yesterday. Their bats are coming alive. You believe Gordon Hayward's batting .333. He's got all 5 games he's played, he's hit safely. And so,
and that might not be a fluke because he was supposedly tweaking his swing this spring. Now, a lot of people were,
you know what? Did you see him? I think he might have popped some steroids too. He's looked like he's in better shape right now.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Oh, God.
Wacky.
Yeah, Jason Hayward. Who did I say?
Yep.
Gordon. No, he probably do. He looked like he did since he left Butler. All right, Pistol. First half run line with the Cubbies, and I'm then going to pull the trigger on the full game money line.
All right, let's see. For the Cubs first half run line, we can give you -110.
I love it.
And for the full game money line, we can give you best line would be -142.
Okay.
At the sportsbetting.eg bet online. Let's see. DJ One Mike says loves Houston +122 against a better team. Yeah, I mean it's just the issue is just that I'm not betting against Paxton until further notice. In oh, here we go. Benyan Gormiesa tuning in from Australia. Benyan, right. I would kill to be an Australian citizen. If you can hook me up one way or another with a chick with citizenship, please get in touch. I want to be an Australian citizen. I want to be an Australian citizen. I want to be an Australian citizen. What?
Down under. He wants to be down under.
It's a great country. Their socioeconomic system is one of the best in the world. Hot as hell chicks. Great economy.
What was that name again?
Benyan Gormiesa. Benyan, please just hook me up with marriage. I'll marry anyone.
It's serious.
As we know, I like them big. As we know, I like them big and small. So weight is no problem at all. Any Australian chick, any size. All right, I got to make. I'm posting. I'm procrastinating. I got to make a decision about Boston and Detroit under. And,
the land down under threw you for a loop, my man. I love it.
All right, I will take it.
Pull that trigger.
I'll take Boston and Detroit first half under 4 -110. I'll hold up on the full game. I'll hold up on the first half.
They do. Women's too. I
think. Someone's asking about Cincinnati Pitt, and that is that actually Tyler Glasnow is one of those guys in the Pineda
category.
He's a guy who has awesome stuff, ton of strikeouts, but has some control issues, which Pineda doesn't have, but some control issues and gives up runs. So, the question is Glasnow going to get a lot of strikeouts in this game? Yes. Is Pittsburgh going to be a good bet at -140? I don't know. I don't think so.
Weather's still a factor also in some of these parks. Getting cold someplace and that's starting to heat up. Matty Ice, you're going next week or this week?
Going on Wednesday morning.
Okay. What's the weather? You get a report from family? No?
I don't know. Who's in Brooklyn? Let me know what the weather's like.
There's his.
I was hoping it was going to be warm. I didn't even bother to look. I'm going to pack tonight. So,
I think something happened like that last year, and you got there, and you're like, "Shit, I packed the wrong." Remember, something happened last year.
It was just a weirdly warm week, and it was like 45
and
degrees in December.
That's right. Yeah.
You know what I will do? I'll give Houston on the second half. Houston on the second half.
What the hell? Pull that trigger.
Houston on the second half.
How many picks is that for you now?
That's 3.
Okay.
So far, I've got
that's all I got.
Boston, Detroit first half.
I got
under.
4. Yeah.
Houston on the second half, and KC -1. And just help me make a decision on this Washington game because I love
I thought you already made a decision.
It's just Wainwright. Well, I definitely bet it. I just have to decide whether to give it a decision because Wainwright. I just don't. Matty, guys, do you have anything to say about Wainwright? Obviously, he's a guy who's always going to get the best out of what he's got. His obvious stuff is also obviously diminished.
Exactly.
Like what you said.
He has something left.
I was thinking about it when you were talking about it a minute ago, a few minutes ago. You got two kinds of aging pitchers. You got the Santanas, and you got the Jamie Boyers.
Oh God.
So I think he needs a little time to develop and see what he's got this season. Is what I'm saying. Is he going to try to overthrow? He's going to try to overcompensate for what he doesn't have anymore.
Yeah.
Don't know.
I don't
or
think
he's going
so.
to pull it down, work on his control, and really try to paint the corners.
Yeah.
Don't know.
And again, he's got to stay healthy too. He's got to stay healthy. He's got that elbow issue early on. I mean, late last season. I think he's.
I'm going to say he's going to push himself, and I don't know.
You know what? I'm going to hold off. I'm going to hold off.
And their mid relief is struggling. Also,
I'm just going to take Boston Detroit first 5 under, KC -1, and then Houston on the second half. And then I guess my other lean was just Arizona, San Francisco. Arizona's really hitting, but now they go into San Francisco.
Yeah, I think they're
Taiwan Walker is really good, but not. And Moore does have sometimes control issues that pop up. All right, I'll hold off on that one.
Yeah, hold off. He's 1-0, but he's got a 6 ERA. Here comes Tiny. No, welcome in there, Tiny.
Hold off on that one.
Tiny he didn't hold off. Well, I'm going to go over mine real quick. I'm going Detroit on the full game. Pistol Pete -110. I'm taking Giants full game money line -131, and then the Cubbies on the first half run line, and then the full game money line. So 4 picks today for me.
Right, that's 4 for you, 3 for me. That's it.
And you got about 27.
No, I got 3 and a few leans.
You want to talk about NBA and all a little bit?
Sure. Let's see.
How about the classic meltdown yesterday from Cleveland? 26-point lead in the fourth quarter, and they lost the game.
That's right. Cleveland definitely an up and down team overall. Let's see. The NBA actually, there were only 3 lines that I saw that had overnight lines, so I actually didn't look at most of them.
I busted it down for the show.
Tune into the Odds Couple show. The one thing is interesting is just that Brooklyn continues to cover, and I did bet them at +10.5 against Boston. I know Boston needs the game and this and that, but it's just Brooklyn is really covering and hanging tough.
A lot of points.
Yeah,
a lot of points. They got nothing to lose.
So I have nothing to say about NBA really because there are only 3 games.
And then also Golden State, they don't need any positioning or anything, but Durant's back, and tonight's going to be the first time him and Curry been on the floor in a minute. They're planning on playing them. You know, they may rest a few guys in the second half. They said they're trying to find that.
Are you going to let Meta get 8 points?
There you go.
Meta. He scored 8 points.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even know. I knew he was still playing, but I thought he was just riding the pine.
All right, so let's wrap it up. Hopefully, Mike Brenner and I will continue to be profitable for baseball.
So.
And tune in later on for the NBA Odds Couple.
Don't
where
miss
we'll break down these unique games.
#AskSBR, guys. Check out the odds page. Make sure you do yourself some justice, okay? Because line shopping's everything. Baseball's here. You may want to look into getting those other accounts going, all right? Hit the subscribe button on the videos and also hit that like button. Let us know you want to keep us around, guys. All right, Odds Couple coming to you at SBR.